to go to a Knicks game last night. Screamed for 100% of it. And then I got home and I was like, you gotta stop screaming. You're screaming too much. You're screaming instead of talking. You're too excited. And I was like, okay, I'm not gonna scream tonight. And then I got to witness the amazing performances that I saw tonight. And then I just kept screaming. I just never stopped screaming. And so this is what you get. And again, I make no apologies for that. I've had a blast. Tonight has been amazing. I want to begin by thanking the person who introduced and inducted me tonight. He thinks that this is the first time he has inducted me into something, but what he may not be taking into consideration is that through his decades of spellbinding storytelling, Steven Spielberg has unknowingly inducted me and countless others into his sacred club of expansive world building. From the time he was a kid, every time he dreamed something up, he wanted to do anything humanly possible to be able to show it to you. I watched his films pivot between different genres, action to sci-fi to historical epic to drama to comedy, romance, fantasy to musical, and I watched him ace every single genre. And that kind of limitless creativity isn't just inspiring to burgeoning filmmakers. Because of examples like Steven's, I trusted my imagination, regardless of if it was taking me somewhere new and uncharted. And then every time I dreamed something up, I wanted to do everything humanly possible to be able to play it for you. A few months ago, when the Songwriters Hall of Fame asked me about my heroes and the creatives who shaped my storytelling and who I might want to present this award to me, I said Steven's name. And about an hour later, to my absolute delight, I ended up on the phone with him and his legendarily effervescent wife, Kate Capshaw, who is here tonight. And he was telling me that yes, absolutely, he would be thrilled to be here. And I was completely blown away because, I mean, the man has a massive film called Disclosure Day that's coming out at midnight tonight. And he's still gonna agree to show up and do this for me a few hours before it comes out. Wouldn't that be impossibly hard to balance? Wouldn't that be too difficult scheduling-wise? I'm trying to give him an out. At which point, Kate said something I'll never forget. She said, "Good and true things are easy." And if I look back at my entire 23-year career in music, the ups and downs, the industry battles, the trials and tribulations, the tears and the cheers and the dogpiling of doubt, the criticisms, both fair and unfair, the complete loss of privacy, the world tours and the ego wars, and the twists of fate, the absolute magical chaos of this path that I chose when I was too young to remember it ever being a choice at all. Comfortable for me to get feedback of all sorts because I know where I stand regarding the work I've made. As writers, we can only hope to meet people where they are in their lives. But you can't ever orchestrate or force the encounter. You just have to hope that in some exquisite happenstance you bump into them on the same path at the same time. That somehow, amidst the noise of life, a line we wrote or a melody that we crafted cuts through, and they hear it, they feel something. That they get chills or feel lighter or think of someone they love. Our goal is to elicit that glint of recognition in another human being because something that felt good and true to us feels good and true to them at the same time. And in that moment, when someone blurts out, "I love this song," it was easy. Before I go, there's so many people who helped me get to this podium, who vouched for my writing, and cared about my perspective before anyone cared about my name. And then the fans came along, and they wanted to hear my stories, my prose, my hooks, my heartache, and nothing delights and surprises me more than the fact that 20 years after my first song came out, they still want to read the next chapter. Nothing makes me happier than when someone tells me that they used to listen to my music with their parent, and now decades later, they listen to it with their own child. I'm good. Or that they listen to it with their best friend, or when a couple tells me that Love Story is their song. Or somebody does like a cute little dance to the Fate of Ophelia, or I hear people in different countries singing Opalite in their own accents, or someone tells me that the song Enchanted gets their baby to stop crying. It's, I'm humbled by the ways that fans have immortalized my songs in their own individual ways, allowing them to be the underscore of some of their real-life expeditions on this earth, the magnificent